Who talks about Armada 2.0, I swear to God I will come for you.
Saying that they are surprise mechanics, and people love surprises.
And to get a Baneblade, the plastic Baneblade, to sell in the store at ROE Games, 19 Park Lane, Havelock. Come by, see us.
Aoski here, and this is By the Numbers.
This week we're going to be going over character creation for Wrath and Glory.
My name is Keith, or you can call me ArmorBoy21. That's my gaming deck. Today we're going to go over D&D.
Oh, hello there. Your armor, sir?
Whoa!
You take 7 points of damage.
Alright guys, we're rocking out really hard tonight. So what we got going on is Crease.
There will be swearing and or shenanigans of the adult nature.
God damn it!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Gamer Interrupted. My name is AJ East Coast, and I am your host. And as always, we've got up by my side my broadcast partner. The Griffin has landed. Griffin 32101. How you been, bud?
It's been a long week, a very long week at work. It was pretty busy last week too. It's been enjoyable though. Been pretty long though.
Yeah, we had to take a week off last week. It was just too hectic, man. And also, the whole world is just getting shit on with snow. The snowstorm.
Yeah, you say that again.
The fucking America just not sure what the fuck was going on, bro. Texas did not prepare for this at all.
Dude, my girlfriend's headed up here right now, and it's an 18-hour drive from Texas. And she started last night 8 o'clock, and she made it 4 hours out of Texas.
Jesus.
And hold on, this is even worse. It took her 4 hours out of Texas, and she just made it to Louisiana, and they got a hotel in Louisiana to stay the night, so they didn't have to stay on the highway because they're shutting down the highways at night. So imagine that. Just imagine that. Put that in perspective. You leave Texas, which is a 4-hour drive, but you just spent 8 o'clock,
Right.
almost a 24-hour period getting out of one state. Can you imagine that? That's fucking
Insane,
ridiculous.
That's ridiculous, bro.
Mm-hmm.
The country needs better snow material.
It's the South. Nobody was prepared for that, obviously.
Well, as always, guys, this episode is brought to you by Fit and Prep Food Delivery in Orlando. Griffin, this week they brought me these incredible mashed potatoes. They turn out green after you heat them up. I don't understand what's in them, but they're incredible. Salmon on top of fish, a bunch of other things. I just love that fucking man, dude. Henry supplying us Fit and Prep, keeping me good, dude. A little update for you guys. I know I told you all I would tell you when I felt comfortable enough of how much weight I actually did lose during the pandemic, and I am down to 177 pounds right now. So
That's good. That's
lost
good.
a shitload of weight, and a lot of that is due to just eating better, man. So y'all can do it. It's not hard. Just gotta eat better, and it's good when you got Fit and Prep. Because if you're in Orlando, hit them up. But we've got a lot to talk about, especially because we lost the week before. But let's go ahead and get started tonight, Griffin. I wanted to, shout out to the Monster in New Jersey. I believe that is the Meadowman's Monster. He was just on my other stream with me. Awesome guy. 7 foot tall, Griffin. He's fucking gigantic. He likes video games too, though. Big into games, that guy. Yeah, that's a big boy. But yeah, let's get started with our topics, man. Pigs are now playing video games, Griffin. Pigs are learning to play video games. They've taught them to play video games. They're smart enough now to understand how to play video games. I don't know how this is going or how this is going about, but it's happening. Pigs are playing video games.
I don't understand it. Like, do they have how do you even control it? What do they use?
Their mouths and joysticks.
Their mouths and joysticks.
Yep.
That's what they use to play video games?
Yep, their snouts, their mouth, everything. There's
It's like half the people I play with online. That's probably what it is. I'm playing with fucking pigs.
it's probably the pigs playing with you, bro. It's 4 pigs, and their names are Hamlet, Omelet, Ebony, and Ivory. And
That's
they're playing
wow.
arcade style joysticks, and they're playing the game. And usually it looks like that they're given food if they beat the level, so they're kind of teaching them reward and stuff like that. And they're
So
able
they're
to,
beating the levels?
yeah, if they complete whatever the game that they're having them do, they give them a food reward. And I guess there's the study, the scientist that's running this study, Kate Daniels from Willow Farm in Worcestershire, I guess overseas. She said that they're not playing Minecraft, but they can manipulate situations to get rewards with no problem at all. And she's saying that they're a lot more intelligent than we allow them to be.
That's ridiculous. First of all, I have no idea how that even comes about. Like, how do you get a pig to play video games, to stay concentrated, much less beat a level? Just imagine the capacity you have to
The
have.
reward system, I guess, man.
Just imagine, dude, like a pig, you're like watching a pig play a video game and it beats a level. Can you imagine that? That's like having a house cat and being like, hey, like, if you beat this level, I'll give you food.
They're doing it, man. Monkeys can do it. I have been playing video games before, so now I guess pigs can also play video games, man.
That's wow.
I just don't understand why someone just like would first put that connection to be like, you know what, let's try and see if these pigs can play Pong. But I guess it did work out for the better in the end. So I guess that the saying "when pigs fly," but now we can say, I guess, when pigs play video games. So
I guess so. I guess we can say that now.
yeah. And speaking of pets, in No Man's Sky, you can now have a pet companion. That's
That's
awesome,
pretty
bro. Space pet. We talk about on the channel all the time that how shitty No Man's Sky was.
Was.
Now, I say this all the time, if you're not playing No Man's Sky, you should be. It's free on the Game Pass if you have it, and I believe it's like anywhere from like 20 to 40. You could probably find it for cheap as shit, the disc version, honestly, somewhere. But the game has, it is one of the companies that made its mark on the world by fucking up and coming back in a positive outlook and changing the way that they do things. And they redeem themselves in a huge way. No Man's Sky is really fun, and if you play it and you pay attention and you like it, it's a lot of fun. And now they finally fixed the game, and they've done nothing now but just continue to improve things and adding little fun stuff like this. That's awesome. You have a little space pet flying around with you in your fucking ship. That's a lot of cool. That's cool, man. Running around with you on the island and shit, looking at shit with you. That's awesome.
I didn't even know that. I had the game installed, but I didn't know that you could get pets on it yet.
Yeah, now you're gonna get the pet in No Man's Sky. I'm pretty excited to play with that. I don't know what kind of pets. I want to see what are like all the available
That game.
pets. But maybe like some kind of crazy, I don't know, monkey or something. But yeah, 4 days ago, people are comparing it a little bit to Pokemon, because they are like some alien life form type pets that you can have, and they'll lay eggs and things like that. You can feed them, ride them, some of them adopt them. I guess you can have up to 6 of them at a time, and you can buy more available like spots to get more companions as you go. And the really cool thing is in VR, I haven't played No Man's Sky in VR. I want to try it though. But you can point to where you want your companion to go, and they'll go do it for you. I think that's the coolest fucking thing in the world.
That is pretty cool.
I think it's kind of crazy. But I'm definitely gonna probably check that out to see what this is all about. And
yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna check that out either a little bit later tonight or tomorrow, maybe, and just want to see what it's like.
Yeah, see what that's all about. But I don't know. How do you feel about No Man's Sky, man?
So you were with me. We were stationed together when No Man's Sky came out. I liked the game when it first came out just because it was vast space. I didn't really care for the campaign much. So I played it for about a good like month, and I put it down for like 3 years, and then I revisited it. I don't know what made me revisit it. I guess like I just wanted to see what the campaign was like.
Yeah.
And I didn't know they redid it. But when I went back in there, dude, there was just so much more shit. There was just so much stuff. And like now you can have like a frigate, you can have like a giant like tanker ship, you can have like there's just so much more to do.
Yeah, I bought a capital ship. I own a capital ship. It was cost like $1 million something. That's awesome.
Exactly. Like there's this like it's a vast world. It's literally so big. And that's how it should be, because No Man's Sky isn't competing with, like, there's not a game, per se, console version on the consoles this generation like No Man's Sky. So what is it competing with? Well, that would be what we were talking about last podcast, which is Eve, competing with Eve, and they're competing with this game called Elite Dangerous. And, you know, but those two have been out for forever. They have a community's already established. Their
sure almost
already established.
A decade worth of fans, am I right, Griffin?
Exactly. So you're not really going to be able to pull from that fan base. But the cool thing about No Man's Sky is they really developed their own fan base. Like, there's still a lot of people playing it. I mean, it's not in the top. It's not. I wouldn't say it's not better than Eve. I wouldn't say it's not better than Elite Dangerous per se. Because all three of those games, even though they're very similar, they're very distinct in their own ways. Eve is crazy. It's crazy massive. It's crazy multiplayer. Elite Dangerous is this like super simulation. But No Man's Sky is like in a ballpark by itself. It's like yeah, you have your vast open world, you have your vast open space, but what people don't tell you is you can explore these worlds you find, you can land on it, and it's a lot more user-friendly than I think the other two. So that right there, you know, you just made your own kingdom.
Yeah.
So that's hard.
It's
game is really cool.
It's fun. Even if you're just, like you said, just landing on planets, it's cool, man. It's a really fun experience. You lose time in there, but so if you guys have the option to play it again, I definitely would check it out if you aren't already. Plus, I heard in virtual reality, it's just a different thing. Apparently, it's just a different kind of game.
I imagine so.
Yeah. I have the headset. My school gave me the headset, the Samsung whatever, but I never used it. I don't know what to play with it. I haven't really... I need to start doing it, man. Getting into virtual reality gaming so we can start recording.
I played VR before. It's really cool. It's really nice. It's really innovative. The one thing that I will say about it is I don't get sick on roller coasters. I don't get sick on like high speed stuff, like, you know, like free fall stuff like that. I don't get sick on. But I put on the VR headset, dude, and literally I could only play it for like 5 minutes, and I got motion sickness. It's so wild.
It is a little disorienting, yeah. If it's not for everybody, that's the one thing that hopefully one day that virtual reality will fix, is taking that away. Because I mean, you think about it, that was people used to get really, really, really motion sick on airplanes. Some people still do, you know, or motion sick on trains, or in certain fast cars, people get motion sick. So it's kind of a similar concept if you in that aspect of that maybe as technology evolves and changes and ages a little bit, that kind of symptoms of I don't know, technology sickness, if you will, kind of goes away.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Let's speaking of to outside of technology, a little something more nerdy and real life world, but a Nerf arena opened in Michigan. You get to like all the little kids, and it's basically you're just running around with Nerf guns and like a full like arena kind of style, like paintball or an indoor like shooting range or something like that. But it's a Nerf arena, all Nerf guns, Nerf everything. I thought that was pretty cool to see that. In Michigan, of all places. I'm sure Michigan right now is probably shit on with snow as well.
Exactly.
But
that's cool. I imagine it's like the actual Nerf commercials. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the old days when we watched commercials on TV,
right?
We would see them running and jumping over barricades to shoot each other with the Nerf guns. And I imagine that's what it's like.
I would hope so. Yeah. I mean, if the adult in me wants to go there and take over and do, like, you know, just like you said, but they've got all kinds of arenas like it's called Play Battle Zone in Detroit. And they're the first mobile Nerf arena. They've got indoors, they can do outdoors parties, but yeah, it's just like you said, like jumping over barricades, shooting. I wish we had that shit when we were kids, man. That shit would have been way fun.
It would have been nice. It would have been a
Fucking
lot.
ducking behind covers with the big ass Nerf guns, you know what I'm talking about?
Rather than shooting each other in the house and
Right.
running from each side of the house to each other.
Hell yeah. I would have had a good time with her. I would have begged my mom to take me there all the time. So if you all in fucking Michigan have the opportunity to get out of the snow and go check that out, please go see that. I'm hoping that more of these things pop up over the places. Where besides Nerf, what kind of thing would you want, a toy arena would you want to see open?
I'll tell you what I want them to bring back. Have you ever heard of BattleBots?
Yeah, BattleBots needs to make a
BattleBots.
return.
I wish they would bring back BattleBots. That was one of my favorite shows.
It did come back for a couple seasons a couple years ago, but I think it disappeared again. But BattleBots would be cool to come back. I'd like to see like a Star Wars arena. Like, can you imagine like going to a place where you can just go do like lightsaber shit, like actual dueling lightsabers, or like laser tag with like Star Wars theme? That'd be pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool, like the actual lightsaber Star Wars things that you actually used to fight your brother or your sister with as a kid. Just beat the hell out of each other with them. That'd be pretty cool.
Well, what's our next topic you got for us, Griff?
I want to talk about 70% of Americans now playing video games regularly.
Yeah, dude. So go ahead.
You put that up there. 70% of Americans now play video games regularly. This doesn't really surprise me much. Like, I just don't think nobody's looked at the data. You're saying that half the country or over half the country is now playing video games. I feel like we've been doing that, and I feel like really with the last generation of consoles and even from the Xbox 360, like a lot of people jumped on the video games. It's just a new day and age technology, and technology it's not really taking over, but it's becoming more intertwined with society. People are coming in playing video games. It's a great pastime. It's a great way to, you can save money playing video games, but you can also spend a lot of money playing video games.
But it's a very safe habit, It's a very, you're not going to get in any kind of danger sitting at home playing a video game anymore.
Exactly.
The internet is a very safe place. Well, in certain aspects, I should say that the video game internet is a very safe place. I'm talking about Xbox Live and PlayStation Now is a safe place now because they've really cracked down on finding those creepazoids. Every once in a while, I don't know about you, Griff, but I'll get those fucking messages every once in a while that's like, oh, come by my Snapchat page and pay me $500,
Everywhere. That's everywhere, though.
Yeah,
everywhere.
It's made its way through everywhere. But Griffin's right, man. It's an awesome to see that over more than half of Americans are playing it. And to dive deeper into that study, Griff, it's of the people that of this study of the 70%, 52% of the 100% that were taken were PC players. 43% responded saying that they were console players, and 9% responded that they played on either something like the iPad, a tablet, their phone, or something like that. But the thing with that is that they admitted to playing the games on their tablet, their phone, or whatever regularly, not just every once in a while thing, an actual regular habit. And it's turning into a habit for some people, like kids. For me, when I was younger, I'd get home from school, do my homework. I couldn't wait to sit down and at least play a couple hours of video games before dinner or something.
No, I still have that same feeling. I promise you, that's what I have.
Sometimes I love, just getting home and just sitting on the couch and just disappearing for a couple hours. That's the best thing to do, man.
Friday night, dude, that's the best. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've been at work, especially last week. Last week I was like, man, I'm here 11 hours a day, 10 hours a day, just working, straight work, and like not really that much of a break, anything, just straight working. And like literally yesterday, like we hit it, and I was about to finishing up the last hour of work, and I said, dude, I'm just gonna go home and play video games with my friends. That's what I did, dude. I played. Man, how long did we play last night? We started at like 4:00, and I didn't stop till like 2 a.m. And that was like, no, I would eat while I played. Like, and there's just because all my friends are online. It's just a great community to be with each other, and experience things and just have a good time because it's such a great pastime, especially if you play with your friends.
Yeah, man, and some of those better social memories I've had of the couple years, man, of just sitting there, you're not seeing anybody, you just hear your friend's voice, you guys are playing online, you're doing cool shit together. It builds memories, man, and it's a great pastime, and it's awesome to see that so many people have made this a habit, and it's one of the safer habits that you can make, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And here's another thing, parents, stop fucking yelling at your kids for playing video games as much as they do. Yell at them for are playing bullshit games like Fortnite and stop buying them fucking, the $10 card every once in a while so they can get new skins and shit. Encourage them to play stuff that's competitive and good, because who knows, some of these kids, Griffin, they grew up, they play, like the one kid won $16 million playing fucking Fortnite.
Ridiculous.
They got kids playing for FIFA teams. They're considered real athletes. So stop discouraging that shit. Allow people to have this okay hobby. It's not a fucking weird hobby to play video games. It's fun.
It isn't. Not anymore.
So let the data show for it. And like Griffin was explaining, more than half Americans, 70% now have this. Enough is enough of this, weird stigma towards video games. Let more people play it. It doesn't matter if you're playing fucking tap on your phone or you're playing Call of Duty every day. You're playing something. You're having fun. You're having a good time.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, a little going into controversy, 6 Days in Fallujah, a video game set to release. It's supposed to be about, obviously, the first Iraq war, and it was released, or they planned for this to come out, a survival shooter game, about a decade ago. And then they canceled it. So about a decade, we're at 2011, and I believe that's when we went back into, we started some stuff with ISIS again. Shit was going down, right? A lot of people are saying that they don't want to see this game come out. A lot of people are saying that they're happy that it's finally coming out, that maybe it's time, that it's been enough time after the Iraq war. But they're saying that the people are saying, so like, what's so different than this being a Call of Duty game? And they said because this is a game that is so real, like telling a piece of story and a piece of history that is so fresh and still, a problem with so many veterans that they can't process what happened already during that time still. And some people are saying that that the 6 Days in Fallujah can glorify this new issue that's been created around PTSD and things like that. And some people are saying that the game is a historical piece of art that should be used and taken in as itself, and also remember that it is just a game and to treat it just like Call of Duty. And also, the U.S. Army says this is not like a campaign propaganda thing. This is not sponsored by us. And some people say, regardless, that it could be used that way anyway.
I mean, you could use video games to sponsor anything, like ridiculous. Like I play Arma, it's a military simulator. I think that it really comes down to, man, is just your type of crowd. Like, you're gonna have different reviews. There's no way around it. Is it still fresh? Yeah. I mean, dude, you fucking put a game out about World War II with killing Nazis. I mean, it's still fresh. Like, that's still a world event that happened and it impacted the world. Literally, it's called a world war for a reason. And so there's all these types of games about it. I say do it regardless. I mean, if it's good material, do it regardless. I mean, I would probably play it. What's so different between that, Spec Ops: The Line? Spec Ops: The Line was a heavily psychological shooter. If you ever played that, and it really keyed in on details and stuff like that about psychological adversaries and combat and whatnot. It was really good. Arma is really good. It's like a military simulator, fighting Russians and Chinese and all that. What else is there? Call of Duty is just more of I hate to say it, Call of Duty is more like a Halo now. It's more of a tournament-based competitive game. Back in the old Call of Duties, you had the World War II ones and whatnot. That was more of hey, this is a historical game. So I say do it for the historical reason. It's called 11 Days in Fallujah.
6 days in Fallujah. Then they want to paint it as one of the most realistic experiences of that war period of the first Iraq War.
That just comes down to, man, like, this comes down to your crowd, you know? Like, I'm pretty sure if someone were to put out a World War II game 10 years after World War II, I'm pretty sure a World War II veteran would pick it up, but I'm pretty sure his kid would,
right,
and play it just to see what would happen.
And we have the technology to tell this part of the story so early on in our life, and I think that it could do some good exploring this part of our history that can be controversial on so many different levels, but through the outlet of enjoyment, I don't see that big of an issue with it. Obviously, we both are veterans in our own right. Obviously, we weren't there 10 years ago or 15 years ago because we were in 5th grade, but you know, if someone were to put out a game about things that we've been through, you know, you're right, I might not play that right away, but I'm not going to be that, you know, upset about it to the point where I would encourage other people not to play it. And then that's my perspective from being a veteran and someone who's on the outside world now and doesn't answer to anyone in that aspect.
So, how I've always viewed these game types, because there's quite a few games out there that give out those realistic military, this did happen in life, this did happen, this is a true story or a somewhat skewed truth. I've always taken it as I'm playing this game not for their entertainment per se. It is entertaining, but I'm not playing it for the entertainment per se, but I'm more playing it just to learn. I'm playing it to experience it, to learn, to understand more about it. I've never played it just to like, oh, I want to live this. I played it more of like, I want to understand where this is coming from, I understand why this happened. And that's why I played those games. So that's how I think the view should be taken.
I 100% agree with you. I think the negativity in this needs to just come to an end. And I think the crowd that has issues with this just needs to understand that times have changed. And that's just what I'm going to say about that. And if people disagree, you're 100% right to disagree in that aspect. But that's what we do here. We give our opinions based on fact, and other people are able to do the same. So another thing that is factual is the Switch. Nintendo Switch has continued to be the top seller through 2020 into 2021. However, somehow PS5 has still continued to make more money. And I think you know the reason why. It's because assholes put that shit on StockX for $900 and someone buys it.
Yep, 100%.
And it's
I've noticed this. I've been observing this in the community. I've noticed a lot of people now have Switches. I just saw a Facebook post the other day, and one of my friends bought a Switch, and I was like, "Damn, isn't that like 3 or 4 years old?" I can't remember, but right. I mean, it is. It's like 2 years old. I'm like, well, I mean, I guess the Switch is pretty. And I actually played with the Switch last week. AJ, I picked my friends up. He was at work, and I picked it up, and I started playing on it. But they have so many features, like so many games and whatnot you can play on it. So I understand the desire for a Switch. I was like, this is actually kind of cool.
You can do all kinds of shit on that, dude. It's everything that the Wii wasn't, everything that it's the good of the DS, and everything that's just really good about being Nintendo is all in all on the Switch. Plus, it's touchscreen. You can do all kinds of stuff on it. It's so mobile. I can see so many. You look at if you ever go on an airplane, you see a bunch of kids usually setting it up on the airplane table, and it's perfect. It's a little spot. You have a little TV right in front of you and a game system all at one time. It's a fucking genius idea.
A mobile console.
Yeah,
literally.
It's a genius fucking idea.
Mm-hmm.
And it's no surprise that was the winner through everything. This entire time, and it's probably going to continue to be that way for a while, especially because of the bullshit happening with PlayStation 5. I heard a rumor in the sphere, in the community, Griffin, that people are saying that they're just stopped making them now, that they're not going to continue to make some for a while.
No information on this. I'm in the same boat as you. I saw the rumor.
Yeah.
I saw that something about is it Japan that decided to stop making them?
I believe so. Yeah.
I haven't touched that rumor because I saw it on, I think I saw it on Facebook, like a random ass post on Facebook, and I was like, whatever, that's not true. I'm just not gonna look at it.
Right.
But God, dude, if that's true, dude, oh man, I'm gonna be so upset.
Me too.
There's so
I'm
many
really
games
pissed.
coming out that I want to play on a PlayStation.
Me too.
Ratchet
dude.
and Clank, I have a notification in my inbox right now that Ratchet and Clank is available for pre-order, and I'm like, all right, well, I don't have a PS5 yet, but when I do, that's gonna be the first thing I pre-order is Ratchet and Clank. I don't know anything about that rumor, but that's ridiculous. So if that's a true rumor, God damn PS5 and Sony, God damn them all, because I'm so
bad.
for this. Like I'm literally like I was literally playing my PlayStation, my OG PlayStation right here. It's been here for damn near 6-7 years now, and the loading screens are getting longer.
Yep.
Disconnects are getting more frequent. The system's crashing more frequent. I'm like, all right, when is it time to buy a PlayStation 5?
It needs to happen sooner or later, man. There's games I want to play too. I haven't played the new FIFA yet because I was waiting to see that I could play it on the 5 and play the new FIFA on the 5. It's been too long. I have to bite the bullet now and buy it on the PlayStation 4 and get the promise of maybe I might play it on the PlayStation 5 one day. Who knows? We could be sitting here 6 months from now with neither one of us even have the option of a PlayStation. Who knows, dude? It sucks.
PlayStation 5.
I searched today, man, because my girl was joking around with me. She was like, oh, I'm going to get you a PlayStation 5. And I was like, yeah, if you can, that would be amazing. Good luck. But who knows? But I heard there might be a few more drops to Target soon, but it's just so impossible these days to get it. And it's just getting so annoying, bro.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it's not a true rumor. It's not a true rumor.
They were able to debunk that one.
Yeah, a satire news website published it, and
bastards.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I heard a rumor. I'm not sure or not, but who knows, man. But still, we don't. The truth behind that rumor is that no one still has a fucking PlayStation 5. That's the still truth behind that.
Yeah.
But MetaHuman is a game development software that's coming out by Epic Games in the game design world. And this is supposed to be one of the most photorealistic game design software ever. They're calling it the final digital human asset. And it uses motion capture tools from Epic Games and Unreal Engine basically to use that they've been doing for, very strong character work for video games and films and all kinds of things they're able to use. The photos, Griffin, and the way that these animators are making the characters look, they're so real. It's scary how real they are. It makes me think that if we're looking at how real they are now, like there's this picture that on Epic Games' website when they're talking about this of an elderly Asian man. You can see every little indication in his eyes, every fucking. I can see every age mark on his face. It just makes me think, if I'm looking at this now in 2021 on a mid-grade laptop that's meant for designing video games, imagine what we're going to be looking at in a few years from now. How much more real can this get? And that brings me to my next point is sitting down and watching the TV, some shows are so high definitionally shot, especially ones within the last year. Bro, I can see the makeup on some of the fucking actors' faces. Seriously, you can see their makeup. That's another thing. The fucking Hollywood needs to remember now that we have such good quality that I can see your fucking actor's makeup, and it's weird. So, who knows, Griff, what we're going to be looking at soon.
Technology is not going anywhere. It's not one of the things that you put down. It's still going to be created. It's still going to be modernized. It's still going to be evolved. There's no stopping it.
No stopping it at all. It's only going to continue to evolve, and especially in the game design world, man, because that just opens up so many other opportunities for people, to design things based around, incredible character work that these animators are able to make.
next, but I'm gonna direct you to some news that I just now remember because you're talking about design. Battlefield 6. Here we go. You're about to love this.
Oh God.
Here we go. What a Levolution is?
Okay.
Do you remember what it is?
No.
The Levolution is where like you destroy like a main part of the main building and like the building comes crashing down.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that? It's like one of the biggest aspects in Battlefield.
Yeah, it's a huge part of the game.
So I've been reading up on this. I was reading up and watching some videos, not of it, but of like people that have been talking to the developers and whatnot. The Levolution in Battlefield 6 is supposed to be like Levolution but on steroids. That's literally what they. So what I mean by this is they saying that the battleground completely, all the buildings can be destroyed. There's going to be a lot more destruction. There's going to be a lot more buildings coming down, which is great because Battlefield, the main reason I play Battlefield, and I've said this before, is because you can destroy buildings. You can destroy things. You can literally blow things up.
Yeah.
And I think that is one of the most amazing things in a video game, because if you give that aspect of reality to, hey, I can take this building down, it's a coolness factor.
Yeah.
So now they're going to put this into a video game, and I saw that in Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4. Didn't see it much in Battlefield 1 or Battlefield 2. But if we're going to Battlefield 6 now, fast forward, and now I'm able to tear apart a whole battlefield and bring buildings down in a structural way, that's awesome. That's that's already an improvement. That's already an improvement, step up from Battlefield 5.
It's a huge step up from Battlefield 5. Anything can be a huge step up from Battlefield 5, in my opinion. Fuck. But no, you are correct. Is the ability to be able to do that and to see it crashing down in perfect, in perfect cinemism throughout the fucking map, as it, one is nothing better than the other. It's awesome to see that. So I hope that like you said, that it is on steroids, that it continues to be as awesome as it's supposed to be. What'd you say? Sorry?
I'm excited to see what it's going to happen with this, see what it's going to be like.
I hope so too. Well, guys, some new games that are releasing that we're going to talk about a little bit. First off, Hytale. If you guys are seeing the footage for Hytale, it's like basically the MMO Minecraft open world game on steroids, where you get to play Minecraft with your friends in these giant area in your little character. If you guys haven't seen the footage for Hytale, you need to take a look at it. It looks so much fun. It looks everything that Minecraft could have been, but better. It's it's a creative game. It's pixelized like that Minecraft style. It comes from Riot Games, and it's supposed to be a giant role-playing immersive game. But now you're able to sign up for their beta right now. So everyone go do that to their Hytale website. Sign up for the beta as soon as possible so you guys can be a part of this. I'm hopefully get chosen for it. I'm waiting to hopefully get chosen for it as well. I'm really excited for this game to come out.
I'm loading up my Google Chrome right now.
So yeah, sign up for Hytale, the MMO, and another MMO game that's coming out in May. It's called Hood Outlaws and Legends. Coming out for all the systems. It's essentially Grand Theft Auto mixed with Assassin's Creed, mixed with For Honor. You're a team of stealthy assassins, and you basically in medieval times join a gang, and online you're essentially joining a gang online of medieval fighters, and you have to complete missions together online in like this massive PvE experience. And it's called Hood Outlaws and Legends. You can pre-order it. It's the regular base game is going to come out at only $30, and that's what's really cool about that. And it's because it's technically an indie release, but it's still got the hype of a big release. It's coming from Sumo Digital and Focus Home Interactive. But yeah, you're basically planning huge multiplayer heists, and you have to steal treasures, use stealth, fight through combat. Basically, a medieval like Robin Hood, essentially a Robin Hood online game is the way that I can describe it. You want to join my online Robin Hood game, Griffin? We steal from the rich. It's essentially what this game sounds like. Robin Hood and the Band of Merry Men, except very, very, very fucking violent.
It sounds fun. Dude, I neglected GTA.
So did I.
I don't think, especially out there for you console players, the realm of GTA. You PC players know what I'm about to say. GTA is not just let's walk around and shoot everybody game. So GTA, I think, was given to the PC people. This is what I'm truly convinced. GTA was given to the PC people, and literally Rockstar Games was like, "Here you go, do whatever you want with this game, make whatever you want with this game, design whatever you want with this game, and put it on a server so other people can play with you." AJ, I'm literally not kidding you when I tell you this, man. I literally watched a video on Facebook today, GTA 5, the old ass GTA that's been through two consoles. And I'm literally bored on it on console. Like, I can't play it on the console right now. But I thought about buying it today on Steam because of this video. This man was role playing as a police officer, right?
Yes.
Which everybody wants to do in GTA 5 on a console. But on GTA 5, the Steam, this man had it, and it was in a server with mods, and the server was modded like kind of like Roblox, how Roblox is, where you have like roles and whatnot. This man did traffic stops like to like these cars, like players, like actual players, like they can talk to him. Like he was literally everything that an officer was doing in the real life, he was doing in this game. He literally stopped a car with the sirens on, had a partner in his car, walked up to the car. I think this lady, she had like possession. She kidnapped a guy. So when he wrote up, he literally had to write up a police report in the game. Like he had to write it up, whatnot. He gave her like the charges and everything like that. She had like 5 charges. She ended up going to jail and paying a fine. And he took her to jail. He like handcuffed her, took her to jail, put her in the car, or put her in the car, took her to jail. Read her charges. They like negotiated back and forth. Like she denied the charges, and then he was like, "Well, this is the proof I have." And then she handed the proof, and then she's like, "Yeah, you got me." And then
what the fuck, dude?
Ridiculous. I literally sat here watching it. I was like,
it's so extensive.
I was like, is this really on GTA 5? And I had to do a Google search, dude. I literally was convinced this is a totally different game. But it is literally a GTA 5 mod. It's in a modded server. And I'm pretty sure I'm about to go download GTA 5 after I get off this on PC just to do this. Because, dude, it's literally so realistic. Like, this lady hit a telephone pole. Hit a telephone pole.
Yeah.
And it's real people. These are real people they're playing with. Real people, because you can hear them in the game chat talking back and forth. And this guy, he rolled up on her and he was like, "What's going on today, ma'am?" And she was like, "Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I hit this telephone pole." And he's like, "Well, maybe you should pay attention next time, because now I'm going to have to cite you." And like they kept on going back and forth. And she ended up bribing him with like a bag of beef jerky. And he was like, whatever, I'll just give you like a little, fix-it ticket. Here you go. You're off free hands and whatnot. Dude, it is literally... was crazy. It's crazy. I didn't expect this from GTA 5, and now I understand why GTA 5 is so big. It's not because of the console version. It's because of the goddamn Steam version.
Yeah.
The Steam version has so much content to it. It's just ridiculous.
I've never played it with a keyboard and mouse, though. I'd be interested to see it. I'm awful at keyboard and mouse in general.
But dude, I'd fucking play it just to role play as a cop, dude. Like, I'm not kidding you, AJ. He literally had to drop the chart. Like, he clicked on the charges, wrote in the description and the evidence, provided the evidence. He had to type in the evidence, like put as a suspect, accused. She pleaded guilty, whatnot. Submitted the police report just to be for him to get. I think he got paid or something like that. And she had to pay the court or whatever it was. It's ridiculous. It's so in depth, and I was like, dude, this is wild. I'm gonna actually have to try to play this.
I've never heard of something so extensive on a video game. That's so fun. I might have to join you on that. After we get out of here, I might have to go through the Steam. I've recently just trying to get back into PC gaming again, so maybe that'll be the one to do it, because I neglected GTA for a long time, like you said. But I know we went off a little bit there, but yeah, Hightail, Hood Outlaws and Legends coming in May. We'll do an obituary real quick. Unfortunately, the 5-time Jeopardy champ died. Unfortunately, what his name was Braden Smith at 24. Unexpectedly, just died. He won Jeopardy 5 times. So unfortunately, prayers out for his family and rest in peace to him. It's very unfortunate to hear that. But in a more positive note, however, you brought up Roblox earlier. They've now surpassed 30 million players, and it doesn't surprise me, man. The popularity behind this, I don't understand it, but at the same time I do, because it's just people love it, kids love it, everyone that plays it has a good time with it.
I play Roblox. That shit's fun, dude.
It's shit's fun, dude. It's just fun. It's a good time. It's just a good time, and there's just nothing that people can't get. You're not gonna have a bad time on that game. So 30 million people, man, playing that game. God knows how many people in the world. What percentage of that is? That's nuts. But you got any more? You got another news topic for us?
I'm really waiting to go to our last segment there. The games you wish had a sequel. I'm looking at that one right now.
Yeah. Well, before we hop to that, we'll give just a couple more just quick news bites. We have the what was it? I lost Dota Dragons is Blood is going to be a television series based off Dota 2 that's coming out soon. That's pretty cool, I thought. And then also Final Fantasy remakes are struggling with their online games, and that doesn't surprise me either, just because of how big those games are in general. Like the remakes of one of the Final Fantasies, they had to break down into multiple parts. I can't imagine what the fucking guys are going through designing that shit for an online server. Holy fuck.
Mm-hmm.
These games are gigantic, Griffin. And yeah. And now Epic Games still being sued by Apple. Apple is now wanting to use Steam library as evidence. Over 450 games they want to use as evidence now, as this case has continued into 2021 in the European Union. Video games are just causing issues all over the place in the UK and in the EU over there, man.
It's ridiculous, dude. Honestly, I don't even know what they're suing them about anymore. Like I've lost track.
I don't think anyone does. Like this is the ultimate butthurt, in my opinion. Like they're so upset. It all started just because they wanted to get rid of Fortnite from fucking from the Apple Store, and it just went back and forth of just a giant pissing contest. And now it's spread its way into EU and legal battles and all kinds of shit. And speaking of Fortnite, from February 20th to 21st, so starting today, they're hosting what's called Short Night, which is a 12 Oscar-nominated movies, short films to be played inside the game, roughly 30 minutes each. And I guess you get to watch them continuously for 24 hours if you want to hop on there and see these movie nights with...
How does that even work?
Dude, I don't fucking know. Probably it's the Party Royale mode in Fortnite is experimental space where players can play video games and attend concerts, according to the press release from Epic. And they're saying that they had the Travis Scott concert in there that drew over 12 million people, so now they're doing short film festivals, I guess, using this shitty game as platforms for other bullshit.
That's a cool, innovative idea. I mean, damn, Fortnite, really? Come on, man.
Fortnite of all things, I guess. So short night. Go check out some short film festivals, I guess. And then we got, lastly, Cruella de Vil. We got some footage on the first movie about her, the villain, and Emma Stone. It looks like she's playing Cruella de Vil. Gonna be pretty punk rock, it seems like.
I've only seen the trailer, not really the trailer. I've only seen articles about it. I haven't really dived depth into it too much.
Yeah. Well, we'll finish off tonight with the segment for our top fives, and thanks you guys for sticking around and talking the news for us for this late night show. Games that you wish that had sequels.
Oh man.
Games that never came. For me, I will tell you, Left 4 Dead 3 never came.
It's on its way. It's on its way.
Hopefully, man, because I just needed a sequel to that never happened, and that made me upset. I was hoping that on the PlayStation 4 I'd be playing a Left 4 Dead game, and that never happened.
I'll throw in there Army of Two.
Ooh, okay. Army of Two, number 2.
Number 2.
What
Yeah,
is that?
I think they have Army of Two number 2. I think I'm looking for Army of Two number 3.
Okay. Why do you say that?
I think Army of Two was actually a game. I think I played it with my dad. I think it was either Army of Two, something Anniversary Edition. It's been so long.
Mm-hmm.
But I do remember playing a second version of it. It was really fun. Army of Two is a great game, dude. It was awesome, customizable, fun. Run around with each other, fuck around. It was fun.
That's all that matters, man, is it's fun. I will tell you, for me, I was hoping that at the end of Red Dead Redemption 2, they would start doing things with Sadie Adler. So it made me start to think that what if they had a Red Dead 3 from a female perspective of any kind? That would be fucking amazing. Just a female outlaw cowboy, because of how she was awesome as a character in that movie, or in that game. She was awesome to see, and I think you got to play with her a little bit. I can't remember exactly. I played that game so long ago. How about you? Number 4 for you.
An MX versus ATV game, just any one of them.
Another
Something
one.
good.
Yeah.
Something good.
Something good.
Not pretty, but something good.
For me, number 3 for me would have to be Star Wars Battlefront 3, but from like the old times, like way back in the day, like from when we were kids. I wish that would be something. A Battlefront 3 from that time would have been awesome.
Amazing. That's what I've been hoping for with Star Wars Battlefront, but we didn't fucking get that, did we?
No, we did not. No, we did not. Number 3 for you. What would you think?
3. Let's go with an actual good Need for Speed game.
Oh, okay.
I think either that or a Crew 3.
A Crew 3, okay. I'm trying to think now. Games I wish that had sequels.
Bag right here.
What's that?
I'll give you my number 4 while you think of your number 4 real quick.
I mean, your number 2, you mean?
Yeah, number 2, yeah. The 4th one on the list. Halo.
Okay,
And,
another Halo.
4, Halo 5. An actually decent Halo to come out. And this is saying because I know that Halo Infinite's coming out and whatever. I don't have high expectations for that game. I don't think it's going to be as good as Halo 3 or hell, even Halo Reach. But a Halo game, I want to go back to how co-op or my bad, competitive games should be. There's no power-ups. There's no levels. There's no unlockables. You just pick a gun up, and it's basically how good you are at the game.
Yeah, that's it. That's all it is. It's just pure skill. Number 2 for me, I wish that they would have done another Rainbow Six Vegas.
Oh yeah,
That would have
good.
been amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we got Rainbow Six Siege, which is cool in its own route, but it's just not Rainbow Six Vegas. It's not the same action-packed shooter up that was.
Exactly.
You can still play the Rainbow Six games.
Rainbow Six Siege. It's fun, but it's not what I thought it was going to be.
No. Number 1 for you, what would you have to say?
Number 1's going to come. I'm going to come with the runner-up real quick before I give you the number 1.
Okay.
My runner-up is going to be Twisted Metal. If you play Twisted Metal, you want another Twisted Metal. You will never get another Twisted Metal because the gaming company actually died in a plane crash.
Jesus
And
Christ, really?
They died in a plane crash. The development team died in a plane crash.
Good
and
Lord.
so I played this game. They did a really cool tribute to them. It was really nice to them. I think it was on the PlayStation 2. I think it was Twisted Metal Black. There's something about Twisted Metal Black. There's something special mode. You could run around a Sweet Tooth and read like about the upcoming Twisted Metal because they were in development of the next Twisted Metal. They were upcoming with it. They were developing it, but then the game development team died.
Jesus.
And so they halted the production, and they're like, "Hey, we're not releasing this game. It's done." But it showed you like what they had in store and whatnot. And then like they told the story. You got a book, and they said what happened and whatnot. And so I think the last Twisted Metal there was, I think it was Twisted Metal Black, and it was called Black for that reason.
Wow. That's an incredible story, man. Thank you for sharing that with us. I had no idea that had ever happened.
Yep.
Wow.
My number one, however, is going to be Dead Space 4.
How did I know you were going to say that?
4. I've been harping on Dead Space 4 forever, literally. I want/need another Dead Space because I need something to keep me up at night.
Yep.
I need to explore my fears, and I need to be able to experience horror and literally not want to fucking go outside for the next 3 days at night. I literally been wanting this game for like since fucking Dead Space 2, because Dead Space 3 was fun, but it wasn't what it was, and I don't think we're gonna get a Dead Space 4 because I've been tracking this for now 2 years, and everything I say is it's possible, but Visceral Game Studios I think disbanded, and they were in charge of Dead Space. They were in charge of making Dead Space, but they merged with EA. That's when Dead Space 3 happened.
Oh, God.
And yeah, exactly. Or no, they were part of EA in Dead Space 2. But EA fucked it up, and then Visceral Games disbanded or some shit like that. And now there's what happened to Dead Space. I don't fucking know. But I'm saying I want another fucking Dead Space.
Is there anything horror-wise that's coming out that would be even sufficed for you?
I've tried feeling the fucking...
You tried to fill this void.
The void is not filled by anything.
Oh.
I've tried playing horror games. I have a whole fucking Steam library full of horror games, but nothing is like Dead Space. Nothing is... we talked about being in your own ballpark. There's nothing's came really close to being Dead Space-like.
No. Well, I'll finish this out on the number one, and I'll tell you what's never come in the same ballpark. I always thought we were going to get a Fallout New Vegas 2. And that never happened. Instead, we got Fallout 76, which was bullshit. And we got some other... the Outer Worlds were some of the same developers that worked on it. You can tell, too. Like, as you play it, you're like, wow, this is very New Vegas-y. So if you haven't played the Outer Worlds is fun. I enjoyed it. It's a good time. I would probably play it again. But, man, I just wish they would have continued on with the Fallout Vegas series because they could have done a lot more with it. Like, current stories. They could have gone back to it. They could have done more shit with it. And Fallout New Vegas is just a great game. One of the best games, in my opinion, ever made.
Very, very much so. It was a really fun game.
One of the best games ever made, man. One of the greatest level designs I've ever seen. To the newest strip of Las Vegas, how they built it, the way you could walk in the buildings. It just, honestly, if you think about that game, it's just one gigantic level design that you're just exploring through. With, from a game designer's perspective, that's how I see it. It's just one gigantic level design that you're able to walk through, because it's buildings and levels and incredible like city bases that you're building. Some of the funnest things to do in game design is to hop on there, just open an empty project and just start building like buildings and houses and just putting things together. And like, even if you're not even good at it, just like putting 4 walls together. I can't imagine what these guys went through building an entire brand new Las Vegas. And that map is so extensively well done, like from corner to corner. And I grew up in Nevada, and I in a lot of places in Nevada. I spent a lot of time in Nevada, and it's identical. So it feels really real how you're going through that. And it sucks that the development team didn't get to showcase that on the next turnaround with the PS4, the PS5, or the Xbox, whatever.
You got Fallout 76.
You got Fallout 76 instead. Well, guys, that is it for this week. Griffin, do you have anything else for us?
Nope, that's it for me. Give me a Dead Space 4.
Give Griffin a Dead Space 4. Well, thank you to ROA Gaming Havelock down in North Carolina. I know Dan has just finally returned to the shores of North Carolina, so things might start to pick up a little bit more for us now that we've got the band back together. Hybrid ATX Summer Camp in Houston, shout out to them. The Orlando Wizard here in Orlando, shout out to him on YouTube. Modern Programming here in Orlando, check them out at modernprogramming.com. Head on over to the App Store, please help our friend Chris achieve his game design dreams. Buy Anti-Pong. It's like $2. You get to have it forever, and that $2 really goes a long way in the game design world. You think it might, but it really does. Fit and Prep Food Delivery here in Orlando. Shout out to them. Incredible guys. Great food. Really reasonable prices. They work with you. They're just great people, man. Thank you to all of our new fans on all of our podcast platforms. We've got some interesting stuff coming up. We've got one professional wrestler who is a retro gaming enthusiast hit me up and asked me to do a retro gaming series with us. So I think Doc wants to do that with him. And then the Meadowlands Monster, who we had on at the other podcast, he wanted to come on over to the podcast and do some video game stuff. He's big into games as well. We're also looking through, guys, some arcades here in Florida to go through. We just got a lot of stuff to do, and hopefully, keep everything as fresh as possible going into 2021. Coming up in March will be our anniversary show, Griffin. I'm excited about that. Mm-hmm. So we've got this episode and more available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and everywhere in between. Shout out to our guys, Fair Kings Productions, Sono Kid, Austie Champ, everyone over there. And also, you can follow Griffin on his Instagram. Or where do you want the people to follow you again, Griff?
Twitch.
Yeah, hit him up on Twitch, and you can follow myself at AJ_East Coast on everything. That is it for tonight. Griff, do you have anything else for us?
No, sir. Enjoy your weekend.
Y'all have a safe time. My name is AJ East Coast, and I have been your host, and we will see you guys next Thursday. Y'all have a good one.